Hello viewers, to manage flow of data, we have chipset in our computer. To know what is a chipset, you are welcome to Rain Computer. An electronic chipset manages the flow of data between components on a motherboard. It is the traffic controller between the CPU, GPU, RAM and the peripherals. A CPU is a part of the computer that processes the application request and high-level computer functions, whereas the chipset provides a way for the CPU to interact with the programs and other parts of the computer. There are North Bridge and South Bridge chipset architecture has been widely used in both Intel and AMD PCs. The North Bridge part handles high-speed channels while South Bridge manages low-speed devices. Here is a comparison between the CPU and chipset. A chipset acts like motherboard's translator, traffic controller and determines the compatibility of the peripherals. Whereas the CPU is a processing unit, the chipset is on the motherboard and handles its features and communication between all components. CPU is the main processor in the computer, whereas the chipset is the bits that connect the CPU to the rest of the computer. The chipset is also the bit that can dictate the CPUs the motherboard can support. Note: chipsets are usually designed to work with a specific family of microprocessor because it controls communication between the processor and external devices. The chipset plays a crucial role in determining the system performance. There are various companies manufacturing the chipsets for motherboards like AMD, Intel, Silicon Integrated System, VIA Technologies. And these companies manufactures chipset for devices like desktop computers or laptops or the mobile. There are different chipsets manufactured by these companies. The main feature that we need to look into is the South Bridge and the North Bridge. How does it communicate? The South Bridge, which is not directly connected to the CPU, is also known as the input-output controller hub. South Bridge handles the motherboard's slower connection, including input-output devices and computer peripherals like expansion slots and hard disk drives. The North Bridge connects the South Bridge to the CPU and is commonly known as the memory controller hub. The North Bridge handles a computer's faster interaction requirements and controls communication between the CPU, RAM and the BIOS, the accelerated graphic ports and the South Bridge. So the chipset can be together the South Bridge and the North Bridge. To know about computer softwares, please watch our Trends on Tuesday videos. Thanks for watching.